This video will take you through the Projects with Timesheet web application. Projects with Timesheets is a browser-based application that allows the capture of time and expenses from PC, tablet, or even a mobile device. The application is executed through the browser, most commonly Chrome, but also supports Internet Explorer and Firefox, including Safari. To open the Web Timesheet application, select your browser and enter in the URL that you have been supplied with. The URL will link to the timesheet login screen immediately. From here, log in using the credentials that you have been supplied with. On logging in, you will be presented with the timesheet entry screen. On all new instances, the default password that you have been supplied with can be changed by clicking the Change Password link. The old password must be supplied, as well as the new password. Selecting Update will change your password. Web Timesheets is laid out in the following way. On the left-hand side, we have the week that you are entering your time. Across the top, we have the toolbar for common functions such as deleting your timesheets, adding selected lines as favorites, copying your selected lines, saving your timesheet, and submitting your timesheet. As you can see, timesheets is broken into two areas. Both of these areas are available by default, but can be switched off as required. For example, your timesheet may only display the time capture area and not the expenses area if configured. The timesheet is captured on a project and segment basis, where input is provided for each day of the week corresponding to the week that you have selected in the calendar on the left. Although you don't have to use each day of the week, you can simply create as many lines as you need to capture your timesheet, entering one record per line. But if you're working on a familiar task each day of the week, entering the same task within each day cell can save time. The approach for capturing time within Web Timesheets is to select the project that you are working on. There are a number of options in terms of what is displayed in this field, such as the project name, customer, or project ID. However, to start, all that is needed is to start typing in what you're looking for. The system will immediately query all the projects that are available and present a list as you type. I can continue by using the arrow keys by selecting the project that I am looking for. Then press the Tab key on the highlighted project from the list. Likewise, I can choose the segment by typing in what I am looking for. Although in this instance, I'm unsure what segments are available in this project. What I can do is press this %. This will display all the segments that have been linked to this project. Again, using the arrow keys, I can scroll down and press the Tab key to select the segment that I want. From here, I go through and enter the number of hours that I have done on the segment for this week. I can then proceed to enter a comment associated for each of the timesheet entries. This comment will be applied to Tuesday and Wednesday. However, if I want to individually describe the time for Wednesday only, I can select the Wednesday cell and type something different. Looking further to the right side, you can see that there is a non-chargeable tick. This flags this row as non-chargeable, which will affect both the Tuesday and Wednesday. Further to the right, we also have an internal comment. This comment is not seen by the customer. We can also specify both the non-chargeable and internal comment for the individual cell. An unlimited number of lines can be created in each timesheet, and the same project and segment combination can be used as many times as required. As we go through entering time, the system will sum up the daily quantities of the hours entered, as well as the total hours. We can continue adding project lines as we need in our timesheet. As we go through entering the time, the system will sum up the daily quantity of hours entered, as well as the total hours entered for the week. To commit these timesheet entries, we select the Save All button to ensure that it is saved, which will go through and commit the timesheet entries to the system. In the event of an error, you will have received a red bar indicating there was a problem saving the timesheet, and an exclamation mark beside the line that had the error. If you hover over this icon, this will show you why the timesheet couldn't be saved. Otherwise, clicking the icon will display the reason why the entry cannot be saved, i.e., no hours have been entered. There are many items that can be configured, what is required and what is not. So in the event that a timesheet entry doesn't save, it is best to hover over the icon to find the reason behind the error. If we are working on a task that is being repeated multiple times, we can copy the timesheet entry by selecting the timesheet entry and selecting the Copy Selected Lines button. We can also save entries to be used in the future for another week by clicking on the little star icon to create a favorite. Here we see there is now a favorite that has been added under the favorite section. To use this favorite, we simply click it. As a result, it will create a timesheet entry allowing us to enter additional details. Multiple lines can be selected and grouped as a favorite for timesheet entry. You can do this by selecting the lines you require, then select the Add Selected Lines as Favorites button located on the toolbar. This will then prompt you for a favorite name for the selected entries once added. Once added, we can select the favorite. Then the timesheet entry lines will add the lines specified within the favorite. To delete a timesheet entry, I select the entry by ticking the checkbox next to the corresponding entry, then select the Delete Selected Lines button. For the process of entering in expenses, it is similar to entering time. I select the customer and the project I would like to add my time to. Then select the segment followed by the type of expense. I simply enter the number of miles for each day against this project, along with a narrative. Selecting another will allow me to add another expense. In this case, I select accommodation. In this case, accommodation does not have a fixed price, so we can specify the amount within the cell. Clicking the Save button will save the timesheet. Expenses can also be added to your favorites by clicking the entries and selecting the Add Selected Lines as Favorites button. At the end of the week, you can submit the timesheet for approval by clicking the Submit button. All entries will highlight with a grey color. Submitting a timesheet will prevent any changes on the submitted entries. However, the system will still allow additional timesheet entries to be captured. In the event of adding more timesheet entries, simply select the Submit button again to append. At any time required, the timesheet can be printed for your personal reference. To print the timesheet, simply click Print Timesheet option under the Report section. This will download a PDF document of the timesheet entries for the selected week. Simply select the PDF that was downloaded to view the report. This concludes the tutorial of the Web Timesheets application for a user. The key areas to recall are the % character to view all projects, segments, or expense types. Also, the use of copying timesheet entries to save time. Another is the use of saving timesheet entries as favorites for later use. When finished, to log out, simply select the Logout button.